just. Alright, so next one. Job equipment. Oh god, Chicago. This was the level that I hated. I still hate this level because of the turret.
That patrolling invulnerable turret they can only do once you rate your conversion.
And then putting the mine on the door.
That wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that was actually cool. Like they were preparing for
the next mission. Yeah. In the regular age, it doesn't matter. You don't even have that objective to put it there.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Someone does it for you.
Yeah. It was already set up. You have another agent on the field.
It's not even raining.
Well, it's not like it's covering her head though.
Yeah.
But it's just the weather. And she's able to hide the weapons.
Yeah.
And I guess it maybe was Chicago appropriate.
Alright, yeah.
Everybody
in Chicago was.
Because that's what they basically emphasized. Hold on, there's a guy here. I will get back in a second. Alright.
Oh my god!
You got him?
Not what I thought. I should have had a guns out. Oh well.
We have an intruder.
Yeah.
That's what I was worried about learning him. These FBI guys, it's weird. They have guys with the labels of CIA. That's the guy that just ran away.
Right.
And then the ones that are about to call for backup, he's FBI.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
That's a tricky thing about these guys. They can jump out of the way.
Yeah. They didn't have quite the animation.
So you gotta take out these guys for the alarm.
Ah, my.
Sorry. Now there's guys in the balcony, so watch yourself.
It's kind
of just squatting, trying to avoid the shots, but not really
doing much.
There's that guy.
This guy's trying to shoot, but he doesn't really know what he's doing.
He can't see you. And he's gonna fall off the balcony.
Oh, there's one more.
What the hell?
See that?
Yeah, he shot right at me.
It's not like you.
Yeah. I'll go get the equipment.
The only place we could secure the equipment was a storm drain.
I found it.
Oh, yeah.
Either of those blocked off
Yeah,
doors
that's
will
what
do
I
an
was
escape.
saying.
Yeah. So now it's your job.
Best bet I think was on the second floor because that's where we get out. Spoiler alert again.
Spoiler. Stop spoiling.
Oh, and the vehicle. Yeah.
Oh, we
I
have
got
to
the
do that
equipment.
thing.
Do you have? Wait, check your equipment. Do you have it?
I have.
No, you don't. Okay, so I have it.
Reprogram that taxi. It's a Mark II and should be compatible.
Understood.
So where are we going?
Go back to that alley.
Oh. No, jump! Jump! Oh god, you're almost dead.
You gotta wait for it. It gets in a certain position and then it blows up. And the cab crashes into the turret.
The turret, which is awesome.
It's the only way to destroy it.
Right.
Like when it goes into a certain path or so, then it just comes.
So we just
flying
wait for it to hit it. Like we don't have to do anything special.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But so it's basically you have to wait for the turret to get in the right position. There
we go.
Yeah, if you time it right, you can see the thing fly in and crash into it, but we're never sure what time it was. Watch it, you don't want to shoot that CA.
Oh,
That's sitting right in the crosshairs.
my god.
It's your only point of ingress.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Very shadowy.
Yeah.
Oh, now I see.
Oh, I see.
It's like didn't even know which dark made it in. Because they're so dark.
Yeah, so there's something you were touching on before about, you know, how in this game, you know, there's more blood and stuff like that. And, you know, the big thing now is like, oh, our kids are so violent and, you know, there's school shootings and stuff and everybody wants to blame it on something. And like school shootings is like, they're like, oh, you know, they did a lot of shooters. And I don't know, what do you think? Does it affect children? Like, is it?
To really be able to pick up a gun and get access to a gun, the video game is not going to supply you with the weapons or so, and aiming in this game does not make you wield a gun, right? I mean, even like those arcade shooters where they where you use a gun or so and aim with the gun, it's not as heavy as a real gun.
I own a few, and it's aiming in this is much easier than oh god.
Yeah, it's tricky with these guys.
It's right by it. It's right there. Shot him in the foot. Got him in the foot.
Got it. I think I opened the door.
Invisibility. Good times.
Yeah, cloaking device. That was a cheat, I think, for this building.
What was
I
it?
have to watch out.
Yeah, because they're alarms. Oh god, he's right there. There you go.
Ah,
Ah! I liked how it lagged a bit before.
yeah. It really screwed me up. Also, I had to reload and everything, so it really screwed me up.
Try it again. So yeah, so that's the one thing. Like modern games, there's not like a real failed scenario. It's more of, oh, you tried this, it didn't work out, so now you have to try this new way.
Yeah. Well, a lot of times they have checkpoints now, so
Yeah, if you screw up, you can
go back to a checkpoint. But this is you got to try the whole mission over again. But back to the violence discussion we were having. They always like to. It's always been that way in history or so. They want to blame. They blame the comic books. They blame the movies or the movies or so. It's just another new media that people are not familiar with. A lot of people that are blaming these games don't play games. They don't understand games. They don't understand what they are. So they blame because they don't understand. It's just a human condition for it.
Now, do you think? So I would say, obviously kids are not going around killing other people. Like, it's a very uncommon thing. But obviously, some kids have. Do you think for those specific kids, games did something?
There's no way through while those lasers are active.
Jim?
Almost.
Oh god. Whew. Alright, so now we can breathe.
Oh, that's right. You have to take it out with laser grid. Go on. What were you saying about that?
Yeah, so like I'm kind of in the same boat. I don't blame video games for kids being violent or anything like that. But do you think it has?
Let me get this part.
Oh, what are you doing? Do you think it influences some of these kids who can't really differentiate the world or
I think that's more of a factor of the kid. It's not really a factor of the game. It's
right, and
It's
I
the
agree.
kid.
But do you think those certain kids are affected by the video game? Like,
No, I think it's just the way they are. I mean, all the studies that have been shown about the aggression from video games or so, it's just basically any kind of aggression that a kid could get from watching a movie. I mean, a lot of times you watch, I used to watch the Ninja Turtle movies or the Three Ninja movies, and you would, after that, it's like, now you think you can do karate. I mean, it's just that that aggression you get from a certain story or just when you get into something, whether it be a game, a movie, or even a book for that matter, and you just get that little shot of aggression or adrenaline or anything, just feeling good and feeling like you could do something like this. But there's always that stopping factor. You're not meaning to go out and start shooting people or so. There's usually something where you can differentiate or so. But if you could either, somebody might argue that it's just in the way that kid is, like has sociopathic tendencies or so, where it just doesn't discriminate or doesn't care, or even you could have someone that maybe wasn't brought up properly or so, and the difference between right and wrong. But that's like another whole other study itself, I feel. But
so like from what I've read in studies and stuff, so most people have an innate thing where they just don't want to harm other people.
yeah,
It's actually really hard for someone to physically tell themselves, even like a self-defense case, like if, somebody's coming to punch you and you want to defend yourself.
Yeah.
It's really hard for you to go like, I need to. Fell down. Oh boy. Where are you? Where am I? Oh, you have to open the door for me.
Trigger the alarm.
Now you shot him.
Door's locked. I need you to open it for me.
Oh, right.
Hi.
It's very hard doing this mission with a simulant bot.
Oh yeah,
because
remember
they can
this.
open the door and trigger the alarm before you even get to the meeting. Because if they trigger the alarm now, it doesn't matter.
Right.
You did your objective, it won't fail. It just get more guards.